Hello, Mr. Barton here, and in this video I'm going to show you how students can access their very own Insights page. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, some students, if you show them this, will be like, what on earth are you on about there? But for some students, it may prove extremely useful, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, if you've got students who are particularly keen to take an interest in their very own learning, it's incredibly useful for them. But secondly, if you've got students who either work with a tutor or perhaps you do some work after school with them, or you know they've got particularly engaged parents who like to sit down and take an interest in their learning or anything like that, it's really helpful for that person who's working with a student to get an insight into their area of understanding. So let me show you how it works. I've logged in as one of my Year 11s, Caitlin, from last year. And as in previous videos where we've looked at the student side, I'm going to click on all assignments, and that's going to show me, or show Caitlin in this case, all the assignments she's ever answered on Diagnostic Questions. Now, depending on your internet connection, as we've established in this video series, I'm in the north, so things run a bit slower. Fingers crossed the page will load up soon. So here we go, all the assignments Caitlin's ever answered. Now, in previous videos, I've shown you how to use these buttons here, Insights, Try Again and Download. And in another video, we've also looked at the very special revision page, and I'd recommend you check those out. But here I'm going to take a look at My Insights. So if I click on this, you might get a diagram that you as a teacher are familiar with. It's our, I don't know whether some people call it sunburst diagram, or I call it a knowledge map. But crucially, this shows for Caitlin all her different areas of mathematics that she has ever answered and kind of the percentage success that she's got on these. Now that's hopefully interesting as a whole for some students. I know as a big numbers geek myself, I'd absolutely flipping love something like that. But as Caitlin scrolls down, it's broken down here into her 5 weakest areas and her 5 strongest areas. Now that's quite useful because if Caitlin, firstly, that fingers crossed would be good for Caitlin to think, right, I'm going to focus my revision on these 5 areas now. But better than that, if Caitlin was working with a tutor or a parent or something like that, they then have a starting point. And better still, if you place a tick next to that first weak area, the page will automatically filter all the questions that Caitlin's answered on that and show you the answers that she's gone for. So this, I would hope, will be really, really useful for Caitlin herself when she's perhaps restarting her revision, or for someone working with Caitlin to see exactly where she's going right and where she's going wrong in that particular area. And we can see that she scored 17 over 24 out of 24 with that, which isn't bad. She's a very keen student, was Caitlin. But then if we look on a different area, so law of indices, and that's going to then filter out all the different questions that Caitlin's answered on that particular topic, and she can work through that. So this Insights page really is to be used however the student wants, or however the person working with the student wants. But hopefully that, combined with our lovely revision page, combined with the ability to review all the results from assignments and all that kind of stuff, should provide students with all they need to really get stuck in. But I will say this, and I've said this for all the student videos, this is only useful if the students have answered loads of questions. The more they answer, the more the system knows about them and the more it can help them out. Anyway, hope that was useful.